Thank you, and welcome to the 2012 Constitution Party National Convention. We are here in Nashville, Tennessee, and I've been very lucky to get the attention of Ms. Susan Ducey, who is a candidate for the nomination for President of the Constitution Party, and she has agreed to answer a couple of questions for us, and you have a chance to get to see her and interact with her slightly. And Susan, the first question is, one of your top 5 issues is parental rights. Would you please expand upon that for our viewers?
Well, parental rights are important because the government is telling people what their children can do. And I don't believe that that's the responsibility of the federal government. We have to teach our own children. We have to do our own schooling. Doesn't necessarily mean homeschooling, which I did some, and my son went to school some. But we have to have the right to teach our own children. The United Nations Charter on the Rights of the Child keeps coming up. And that basically wants children to raise themselves, that you can't force them to go to church. You can't force them to do anything, really, except for what the government says that you can do, and sending them to government schools. You have to give them their shots, and I gave my son his shots, but I understand how people don't want to do that, and I don't think the government should get involved in that. We shouldn't have to worry about our children going to public schools or to events and being exposed to things that we don't want them to be exposed to. In sophistication, which is a real problem because it's really pornography. And a lot of the things that they do in the schools, they can't do out, you couldn't just do it out here because it would be illegal. But they're showing children these things. And they're taking away the rights of the parents to decide what's best for their own children. And the parents love their children, the government, they just want to control them.
Okay. Running for president is not a decision to take lightly. Why did you decide to step up and run?
Well, I've been studying national and international issues for about 30 years now. I am a C-SPAN junkie according to my children, because I always had the TV on. I was either listening to Congress or I was listening to the events that come up, and recently had one on trade that's very shocking. But we have a time now where we can have another candidate other than the Republicans and the Democrats. They're both working to destroy the country that we have today, and they don't seem to care that the Constitution is supposed to be the supreme law of the land. And they're trying to change it with treaties, as in the Small Arms Treaty that keeps coming up, and Hillary Clinton has said that she wants to see that passed. And when you have the Congress saying that you can do a treaty even though it's against the Constitution, and then you say that, well, the Constitution says that a treaty has the same value as the Constitution, but you can't change the Constitution through treaty. And our president now and the presidents before have been changing our Constitution through treaties. And the only way to change the Constitution is to present to the states for ratification to the Constitution what the Congress has sent to them. And they're not doing that now. And so since I have the knowledge and I have personal experience, not as a president, obviously, but I have experiences that I think I could bring to the table to help get some of the social issues that we're having problems with, to take care of welfare and food stamps and the unemployment rate, because they keep getting unemployment benefits. And that makes it so that after they've been out so long, well then how do they get a job anymore, because they don't know how to do what they were doing. So we're creating an underclass of people, and the president is doing it. And the president does not have the constitutional authority to do these things. And so I would follow the Constitution and not sign any bills, and I don't make executive orders that are unconstitutional and that can't be read, obviously, because they're this big.
Right. It makes it very difficult to try and read a 2,000-page document and vote on it the next day.
And you have to read it in 10 days, excluding Sundays, as the president. So I don't think I'm that fast of a reader. Although I am pretty fast, I'm not that fast.
Okay. Well, we know that with any nomination, convention, or with any election, that there can only be one winner. If you don't receive the nomination, what would you do then?
Well, I'm not going to go on as an independent and try to win the nomination either way. But I have campaign experience, and so I would work to see to it that we have a Constitution Party candidate in the White House.
Thank you very much, Susan. We certainly appreciate the time that you've given us.
Oh, you're welcome.
If you guys would like to find out more about Miss Susan Ducey, you can find that information at susanducey2012.com, and that is SUSANDUCEY2012.com. She has also done a vetting questionnaire that was submitted by the Constitution Party of Indiana. You can see that questionnaire at constitutionallycorrect.org, or you can go to our website for the Iowa Constitution Party at cpiowa.org, and we have a link there going to that questionnaire, and also a link to Mrs. Ducey's website. And we want to thank you for taking the time, and thank you for watching us.